Ekkarma.com presents Layoffs New Normal, How It Affects Families. Ever since the interest rates have started going up, the expenses of companies have also shot up. This has resulted in companies thinking about reducing expenses and savings over a period. Every other day we hear about new layoffs announced by big tech companies. Then there are those which go under the radar but people are affected. Companies make decisions that cost the employees. Someone in leadership decides for their own growth and that must be swallowed by all the other employees. It could be things like purchasing a new company, restructuring departments as an annual cycle. This affects others by various degrees. It could be things like getting their own people to head those departments, which leads to removing people who are not yes men. Someone makes money, directly or indirectly, and the net result is excess capacity leading to layoffs. Has anyone in leadership been questioned about those decisions? How many times have leadership gone back and analyzed their purchases and held people responsible for those wrong decisions? I have seen various companies purchasing another entity and then writing them off or selling them at a loss. When the company is bought, it leads to celebrations, and a lot of key decision makers get promotions, fat pay increases, and fat bonuses. What happens when such purchases do not give the required dividends or results that were envisaged during the purchase? Is anyone held responsible for those wrong decisions? Is anyone penalized? The only people penalized are the dedicated workers of the company who had nothing to do with that purchase, as they are affected by the layoffs resulting from these decisions. Effect on people who stay back and those who go. The first lot is of the people who are laid off. People must look for new jobs, which is obviously not a straightforward thing. They must still take care of their expenses, mortgages, car payments, insurance payments. The worst of all is the healthcare. Having no coverage post-layoff, people avoid going to doctors, neglecting prevention and leading to complications later in life. The second lot of affected people are the ones who stay back. The workload of the laid-off workers now falls on the people who are in the company. So imagine if a resource is already stretching to achieve targets and deliver things. What the additional responsibility is going to do on their overall time management and health. Tension leading to layoffs. Generally, layoffs are announced much ahead in time. All people now go through the stress of layoffs. Am I affected? Will I stay? Will I be removed? This leads to paranoia sometimes and makes the resource work extra to save his job. Performance is seldom taken into consideration. The lead up to the layoffs is sometimes even worse. People are made to think that they are not valued and are not contributing to the projects. A foundation stone is laid so that a person doesn't have any material for remediation. It could be by having some extra words about lack of something discussed in 101s or updated in the system during reviews. Idea being that people accept their fate and do not question the decision in any shape or form. The D-Day. People are summoned through emails or phones and informed about their fate. Sometimes the lucky ones get a package. Other times people may not be that lucky and are summarily dismissed with a peanut package. All the tension of being fired goes away when the actual thing happens. The initial stress is gone as it has already happened. Not that the subsequent stress of searching for a job or about finances would be any less. Layoffs can also lead to social isolation for the individual or the family. The stigma associated with layoffs leads the individuals and families to withdraw themselves from the social fabric around them. Social activities and interactions are curtailed, further leading to isolation and depression. Conclusion: no matter what you do or how much you do, one day this is going to reach you. You may be lucky if it reaches late, but chances are that during your long career you will encounter it. No point in stressing about layoffs. They are going to happen and your individual performance is not going to affect it in any way. People who are close to management get saved. People who talk less or make less noise are the ones most affected. So take your job as just a job. Don't try to overdo it. Family matters, so take care of them first. Employers are not going to think even once before firing you. But if something happens to you, your family is the only one which is going to be affected. Don't take your job personally as employers don't.